morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, let's hop into it. We're talking about Quant Network, you guys. Come on, Quant Network. Y'all, listen. Did y'all hear what Christine Lagarde just said about the digital euro? And do y'all truly tap in and understand that Quant Network has been there the entire journey of this whole digital euro process? Follow me on this, you guys. Follow me. I promise you, you won't be sorry about understanding truly what you hold when you hold a piece of the infrastructure for financial systems globally. Okay? Follow what I'm telling you on this. But y'all, I told y'all when world leaders speak, listen to what they say. Truly hear the words that come out of their mouth. I showed you in a video over a year ago, Christine Lagarde saying statements like that the decision will definitely be made to make the CBDC a reality, okay? When world leaders say things like that, you have no choice but to tap in because they're telling you that this decision is already done, that it will definitely be made. You wanna know what? I'm gonna let Christine tell you so you can truly understand. I'm gonna slow walk you with this one, but I'm gonna fast walk you at the same time because I'm gonna show you Quant Network has been right there alongside of the regulators and the central bank of Europe. This is another continent. We talk about the UK, we talk about America. Now we're talking about Europe and their creation of a digital currency. And Quant Network is right there. Does hedera play a part in this? Absolutely. Does Ripple play a part in this? Absolutely. They're a part of something called the DEA, which is the Digital Euro Association. Understand what's truly being laid out with these blue chip projects in Web3, the sector of distributed ledger technologies. Understand this, but here we go. That first video, Christine Lagarde, a flashback, and then I'm going to take you forward.
You know my views on CBDCs, and you know that I have pushed that project. Fabio Panetta is working hard on that together with members in the entire Euro system, with a high-level task force that is working really hard on moving forward. But in a way, I'm really pleased that attention is now focused on the role that cryptos can play and the role that central bank digital currency can have when they are implemented. We have a schedule, as you know. The Governing Council decided back in October 21 to launch a 2-year investigation phase, and it is at the end of that investigation phase that the decision will definitely be made to launch the CBDC and to make it a reality. We can't go wrong with that project. I'm confident that we will move, and I was delighted to see that in the United States there was an executive order by President Biden to actually expect similar effort and focus and progress on CBDCs, cryptos, and I think that it will take all the goodwill of those who want to support sovereignty, who want to make sure that monetary policy can be transmitted properly using our currency will endeavor.
So as you can see, she even mentioned an executive order from Biden. So this goes back a few years, but I'm walking you up, showing you that they strategically map out things, you guys. Follow me on this. Follow me down this road of Quant. This is crazy, yo, that a company has been able to successfully do the moves that they have made globally, positioning themselves the way that they have positioned themselves. It is quite incredible. But anyway, so this next video, this was like 2 years after the one that we just saw, okay? Christine Lagarde again, she is the president of the European Central Bank, okay? All 20 countries that utilizes the euro, this lady is over their money. Follow what I'm saying. When world leaders speak, you want to listen, okay? Follow me on this. But here we go. The next video.
Digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved, to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash. So what does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use everywhere in the euro area. All of that, of course, is subject to the legislative process. Cash or digital, the choice will be yours. Your euro, your choice. Another significant development on the horizon is our digital euro. We are in the preparation phase, and we are expecting European legislation. Once that is done, we will decide whether we move forward with developing a digital form of cash, your digital euro.
Now you heard her talking about the digital euro is on the move. And then in that second clip, you heard her talking about regulations. Understand, you guys, this is literally, they have been piecing this thing right in front of our faces. And if you're not tapping in, you don't even see it, because you may catch this news story or you might catch this news story, but you don't see how they both are tying into each other. Follow what I'm saying, you guys, okay? But this next video is Christine Lagarde again, the president of the ECB. And this is a much recent video, like this week. Follow me on this, you guys. Here we go. That next video.
On your second point, I tend to share your views. Nature doesn't like vacuum. And we started working on the digital euro way back. Actually, when I started my term 5.5 years ago. And I'm not claiming, parentality on the digital euro, because my colleague Benoît Cœuré had already committed a speech on this matter before I arrived. But I certainly carried on with that project, and subsequently Fabio Panetta on the board, and then Piero Cipollone, who has replaced Fabio, have taken the lead together with a very good team, which is focused on accelerating the pace and hopefully campaigning enough with all the stakeholders, meaning European Parliament, meaning European Council, meaning European Commission, so that we can eventually, not put to bed, but put to reality this digital euro. The deadline for us is going to be October of 25, and we are getting ready for that deadline, but we will not be able to move unless the other parties, the stakeholders, as I call them, Commission, Council, and Parliament, actually complete the legislative process, without which we will not be able to move. And I think it is critically important, and it seems to the agnostic or the skeptics, it seems to be more relevant and more of an imperative now than ever before, both on the wholesale and on the retail level, both.
Now you guys just heard right out of her mouth. What did she say about 2025? What did she say about the year that we currently sit in? Like, I've just slow walked you now down 3 or 4 years of her making statements in regards to the digital euro. And now we're at the point of what? The deployment of a digital euro based off of regulations. Understand what's happening. And these regulations are happening globally. Now in America, we may or may not get a CBDC, but that will not stop stable coins, which is still programmable digital money. Understand what's happening, you guys. Follow me on this road of these blue chip utility projects that are going to thrive in the sector of Web3 or the distributed ledger technology sector. These are real world companies bringing real world solutions to their real world problems, y'all. Understand what is happening, okay? But this next video, does Quant Network have a take on the digital euro? They absolutely do. This video is coming from my boy MindCrypto, bro. You rock. Here we go, that next video.
This from the Quant Network. An update from Gilbert Verdian. He says, on the 14th of February 2024, the EU's Parliamentary Committee on Economic Monetary Affairs held a meeting to discuss the digital euro. An updated draft of the digital euro legislation revealed several key changes. Piero Cipollone, member of the ECB's executive board, was explicit in the commitment to preserve everyone's freedom to use of public means of payment anywhere in the euro area, even as payments go digital. Addressing concerns around bank disintermediation, despite concerns commercial banks needn't worry about consumers withdrawing deposits to hold digital euro instead, because it's been designed as a means of payment, not investment. The introduction of this new currency is designed to complement cash with a digital option for paying with central bank money. Similarly, while questions around the need for holding fees are somewhat valid, the digital euro is still very much exploratory phase. This is why important that bank trials this technology first. By implementing certain parameters, the ECB can get a better understanding of how a digital euro would work in real life setting before it's rolled out to customers. The central bank has also discussed implementing deposits limits and precautionary measure to help address concerns from banks relating to contagion or risk to other parts of the system. By taking this approach, the ECB can ensure it understands what it means for the end user.
Now you just heard from MindCrypto. You heard what he had to say. You saw what the Quant website actually said in regards to what? The digital euro. Understand that they have been literally telling us in our faces. And if you're not focusing and really paying attention to the things that's being disseminated against us, you'll completely miss the boat, and it'll be 5 years or 6 years from now, and you'll be thinking your shoulda, woulda, couldas. That's how I look at it, and that's why I'm moving accordingly. But anyway, does Gilbert Verdian have any tie directly to any of this? Well, there was a couple pictures that surfaced recently, and it is just that. Gilbert Verdian sitting on a panel where? At the European Central Bank. Well, I'll be. But as a matter of fact, I'll let y'all see for yourself so you know it just ain't me talking. It's literally actions being done. Quant is moving strategically in the background because bosses move in silence. Once you have the in the mind of Gilbert, you have standards. You have internet protocols. You don't have to scream it from the mountaintop. What's going to be is going to be based off of literally the work that you put in for almost a decade. Follow what I'm saying about Quant Network. But here we go. That clip of Gilbert Verdian at the European Central Bank on a panel. Follow me on this. Yes. Now you just saw that. You just saw Gilbert sitting right there with a little smile and his little glasses looking like, where's Waldo? You know what I'm saying? Follow me on this, okay? But y'all, does it get better? Absolutely. Because now we're getting ready to go to a clip from EBADAY. Understand what EBADAY was. Understand what's affected by EBADAY. And that's why they kept talking about SEPA at EBADAY. Because we're talking about the European payment system getting a complete and utter upgrade. Understand what is being laid out right in front of our faces. Okay, and for Gilbert Verdian to not only be there, but be one of the presenters on a panel, and I think I think it was the Central Bank of France was also on that panel, and somebody from Citi was on that panel. It was several major players on that panel, and Gilbert Verdian even told them then, you know, you want to act and create a digital form before you have a mandate that requires you to create digital formats throughout your network. Follow what I'm telling you, okay? But this is an interview that Gilbert Verdian did at EBADAY, talking about things about programmable money, talking about CBDCs. Understand, and when you hear this man talking, really tap in and really pay attention to what he's saying, because he truly does have a front seat at the table. He is there in the room when decisions are being made. He is there in the room giving his expertise in the matter when it comes to critical financial infrastructure globally and countries' real-time gross settlement systems. What? We're talking about every single dollar that flows through that economy. Understand what is being laid out right in front of our faces. You guys, for real, okay? But with all that being said, here we go, Gilbert at EBADAY.
Here in Lisbon for EBADAY 2024, and I'm delighted to be kindly joined in the studio by Gilbert Verdian of Quant. Gilbert, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to come and see us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Alex. It's great to be here.
Absolute pleasure. So we're going to be discussing programmable payments. So set the scene for us if you can. How can programmable payments really benefit both personal and business financial transactions, do you think?
So if you look at the system today, we don't have digital money. We've got electronic money. And money today can only do two things. It's a push and a pull. So we're very limited with the current system that we've inherited because there's not much else you can do with the money and the whole financial system. And what we set out to do with the work that we've done using DLT and the work in central bank digital currencies, we set out to find what is so different about digital currency, digital money. And so what we've seen is we're moving to digital finance because we're transforming the nature of money from electronic to digital. And that means programmability plays a big part. It gives the ability to program logic into money for the first time. You can code events, actions, all of those things that are very complicated to do on both ends of a transaction. You can embed that into money. And so programmability is a way for you to automate very complex B2B consumer workflows into money. And a very simple example, if I can say, is direct debits. Yeah. So you get paid at the end of the month, your salary comes in, you've got your direct debits and your utilities mortgage, it goes out. Sometimes, for whatever reason, money is taken out before your salary is put in, so you're overdrawn. And that's a really bad experience, you get all the texts. So what you can do with programmability is you can say, when my salary is paid, 1 hour after it's paid, take my mortgage, take my utility, take my phone bills. And that's programmability. So it's a bit of a game changer in the way you transact.
What about the role of RLN? What role does RLN play in programmable payments, in your opinion, in advancing that kind of process?
So the whole transformation of electronic to digital has to be a collaborative method. Each bank can't do it on their own. So RLN is a project that all the banks came together. There's RLN UK, which we're involved in, and it's a way where the banks are building, co-designing, and creating tokenized money, digital money, with all their counterparties and their peers. And so what we're doing in the project is really enabling the whole infrastructure, connecting to banks using traditional connections and traditional rails, but then connecting to digital CBDCs and other types of rails where you can have interoperability of all forms of money. So in RLN, it's the industry innovating and it's the industry collaborating to build the next generation of payment infrastructure.
Sure, thank you so much, really interesting insight. How can, in your opinion, innovation in programmable payments really help prevent failed transactions, if we look at that one?
So if you look at transactions today, you don't know the state of transactions. A lot of payments are done on messages where something is sent, something is returned, and there's a lot of reconciliation that has to happen on both ends to understand, did it even go through, did it even work, have you got the money in, then you have to call someone and check on their end, can you check your balance? So all of that is a state issue where the message cannot carry the state. And so programmability allows you to embed the state and the settlement and the message in one transaction. So it's a very data-rich transaction, but it's also settled. As a finality, it's settled. So you know for sure that the transaction went through and the money's in the bank.
So it makes it a far more streamlined, seamless process, inevitably.
Yeah.
Gilbert, it's been a really interesting chat. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. We'll let you get back to the busy and buzzy event, but thank you again. We appreciate your time.
Thanks to you, Alex. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, y'all just heard from Gilbert. That was enough said. He's right there at EBADAY, the day that is literally about the financial infrastructure of Europe. We saw him, bam, right there sitting at the European Central Bank. And this is not the first time. That's just the one picture that I scrolled across when I was trying to put this video together for y'all. Understand, there's been several takes about the digital euro on Quant's website. The one that I showed y'all from mine was just one of them. There's multiple. Understand what is being laid out right in front of our faces. You just heard from the European Central Banks itself, the ECB's Christine Lagarde, in regards to 2025. Everybody is so pressed about price action right now. Let's give these utility projects a chance to actually do the thing that they are created to do, which is provide utility. We're not in the realm where this utility is up and moving and thriving because this utility is still being tested in sandboxes. Well, let's allow these sandboxes to go from the proof of concept to reality and implementation globally inside of systems like a real-time gross settlement system for a country. Let's give these things time to play out. Let's not think about this in the mindset of a retail investor. Think about it the way that they've been thinking about it over the past decade, strategically like an institution does, because they map out things to what is your 10-year projection? What is your 15-year projection on this? They don't say, what's your projection for next month? Absolutely not. Follow me on this, because I'm always going somewhere. But I really, really, truly appreciate y'all for tapping in. And I thank y'all for tuning in. If you rock all the way through this whole thing, type in digital euro. That way I know you made it all the way through this entire video. Until the next time, y'all already know, for real. Peace out.